Okay, hello guys. Today we are talking about the trigonometry graphs, okay? So let's move to the first part of it. So we already know about the sine function, right? So here is a graph of sine function. So what is for sine function? So you're just trying to draw a unit circle, okay? So unit circle means that the radius equals to 1 and here's a circle of it, okay? And then you can just try to use it to represent for the sine x, like here, if you're just drawing an angle theta or angle x, maybe here angle x. And you can set here the radius equals to 1, and we knew that the angle or sine angle equals to the opposite side over the diagonal side, right? So here means y over 1, right? So here you can find that the sine x equals to the y value on the circle, or the point on the circle, right? So then you can just calculate all the points from 0 to 90 degree. And maybe for 90 degree, you can just try to draw a vertical line, right? Because here the intercept angle is 90 degree, okay? So that the point is 90 degree 1, and this point is for 0, 0, okay? So you can just try to use a smooth line to represent it for a part of the sine function, okay? And then you can also try to draw another, like maybe here is for 120. You can find the height is becomes smaller, right? So that means here 120 value becomes smaller. So every time the unit circle's y value represented for the exact height on the sine function, okay? So then you can try to draw all the points on it. Like here, you can just connect them into a very smooth curve, okay? So that is a curve of sine x, and you can find here from 0 to 360 degree that forms a period. Okay, so we can say the period of sine function is 360 degree. Okay, and we also find here that there are several intercepts, right? So it passes through 0 degree and 0 height, and also for 100 degree and 0 height, and also for 360 degree and 0 height. And we can say there's two vertex, right? So the vertex here is for 90 degree 1 and 270 degree negative 1, right? Okay, so we can also say 90 degree and 270 degree is a two symmetrical line right here for the sine graph, okay? That is a sine rule. And also for the cosine curve, you can just try to draw the circle like here. That is a circle. And you can just maybe here is also a unit circle. That means the radius equals to 1. So just you can try to draw an angle theta, and you can just try to draw a right angle triangle. So cosine theta means the adjacent side over the diagonal side, right? So here is for x over 1, it equals to x. So that means the cos x value. So you can just try to calculate like 60 degree. That means this is a triangle and this is 60 degree, and here x representing for it, right? So maybe you can just call it as a half. So this passes through 60 degree and a half. And once it becomes into 90 degrees, that means here it approximately equals to 90. So here approximately equals to 0, right? So there's no x values that is for 0. And also for 180 degrees, that means here you can find the x value equals to 91, right? Okay, so that it also passes through this point, and 270 degree also means 0, right? Because it's just lies on the y-axis, right? And also 660 degree, it passes through 360 degree and 1. So all the point on the curve, we can just try to draw and sketch as a very smooth curve. That is it. So we also said maybe here the maximum point is for 0, 1 and 360 degree 1, right? And the minimum point here is for 180 degree and 91. So here we have two intercepts, that is 90 degree 0 and 270 degree 0. Okay, that is it. And also you can just try to draw the symmetrical line here. So this is for symmetrical line, 180 degree, right? And also for here, 360 degree and 0. So there are the three symmetrical line in the graph, okay? So also we have the tangent curve. So you can just try to draw the tangent function. So maybe we have like for this curve, and you can just try to draw this. You can find the period is from negative 90 degree to positive 90 degree. Why is that? Because we knew that for tan x equals to the sine x over cos x. So if you already learned about IGCSE mathematics, I hope you can just understanding this equation, okay? So just you can calculate this, and then you can just try to solve this like maybe for cos x cannot equal to 0, so it cannot choose negative 90 or positive 90 degree, okay? That is it. So then you can just find that the domain of here is from negative 90 to positive 90. And the range is from maybe for negative unlimited to positive unlimited, okay? So we can call it a range. And because it's a period function, so it also has the same value after a 180-degree period. So maybe from 90 degree to 270 degree, it also has the same graph, okay? And after 270 degree, also the same graph. And also here we can just call in the maybe lines as a asymptote, okay? So asymptote means that the curve is very close to the asymptote, okay? So they are very close, but there's no intercept with each other, okay? That is how we can draw the tangent x. So every time remember that here we cannot choose 90 degree and negative 90 degree, okay? And for most of the times, the trigonometry problems just calculate and just want you to solve for whether you can just trying to understanding the domain, and this is a one period that mostly test you, okay? So that's for today's our total lesson. Hope you can understanding for all of this. So see you next time. Bye.